नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद. Suratul Najm and Suratul Qamar, they are a pair. You will find in Suratul Qamar the Amba'ur Rasul, the big news of the messengers of Allah. But in Suratul Najm, it's all tazkir bi illALLAH. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wan najmi iza hawa. By the star when it goes down. Ma dhalla sahibukum wa ma ghawa. Your companion, that is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has not gone astray, nor has he erred. Don't think he's committing some mistake when he says, I saw the angel. Don't think he has been possessed by some evil spirit. No, no. وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ. And he does not speak out of his own desire. In huwa illa wahyun yuha. Surely this Quran is nothing but a revelation revealed to him. Allamahu shadidul quwa. And he was taught by one who has very mighty power. And this is denoting Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salatu wassalam. Shadidul quwa, zu mirrah. He is strong and perfect. Fastawa. So he stood straight. Wahuwa bil ufuqil a'la. And he was on the uppermost horizon. Summa dana. Then he drew near. Fatadalla. And hung down, suspended. Fakana qaba qawsaini aw adna. Then he was within 2 bows' length, or even nearer. فَأَوْحَى إِلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْحَى. Then he revealed to the servant of God what he revealed. These ayat are interpreted in many ways. But I agree with those who think this incident was when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw the angel Jibreel in his own original angelic form in the horizon. This is given in, authentic ahadith. He was coming down from the Jabalul Nur, the Mount of Light. And there is the cave of Hira at the top of that mountain of light. He was coming down. So he heard someone say, Ya Muhammad. He saw there, right, left, front, back, nobody was to be seen. So he had some fear. What is it? Then he walked a few steps more. Then there was again, Ya Muhammad. Again the same thing. He looked to the left, to the right. Nobody to be seen. So his fear was increased. Then after a few steps again, Ya Muhammad. Now, suddenly his eyes rose into the horizon. And he saw Jibreel alayhi salatu wassalam. And he was in the full form of an angel. Otherwise, when Jibreel came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the form of human beings. And Dihya Kalbi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu was one of the very beautiful, handsome companions of the Prophet. And usually, Jibreel came in the form of Dihya radiyallahu anhu. But here Jibreel was, whole the horizon was full of him. This angel, how can we say? And how he recognized it in Jibreel? Because when the first wahi had come, he had seen him. But that was Bayan an-nawmi wal yaqza. At that time, he was neither sleeping nor awake. In between the two conditions, semi-sleeping condition. The first wahi came. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min alaq. When Jibreel hugged thrice Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he said Iqra, and the reply was, I am not a Qari. I don't read. So he hugged him. So now he recognized. But then he was full of, fear. The awe of Hazrat. But then Hazrat Jibreel came down. And his relation, his connection with the heaven was not broken. As if something, hangs down. And then he sent the wahi. And what was that wahi? The first 7 ayat of Suratul Muddassir. Ya ayyuhal Muddassir, qum fa'anzir, wa rabbaka fakabbir, wa siyabaka fatahhir, wa rujza fahjur, wa la tamnun tastaqsir, wa li rabbika fasbir. So this is the Shan-e-Nuzul of these ayat which appear in the beginning of Surah Al-Muddassir. Ma kadhaba al-fuadu ma ra'a. The heart didn't belie that what he saw. What does it mean? Sometimes you see something, but you have doubt. But what I am seeing, is it okay? It is correct? Am I awake or I am seeing a dream? Aanchmi bineem ya Rabb bedari siyab khab. I am seeing it in actuality or in a dream. But whatever the eyes of Muhammad saw, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his heart confirmed, not belied it. Afatumarunahu ala ma yara. So, will you then dispute with him as to what he saw? وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ نَزْلَةً أُخْرَى. And he had seen him once more. Jibreel, only twice Muhammad saw him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in his own original form of the angel. One was this, on the horizon, and the other was on the night of ascension, when Jibreel took him. But till the Sidratul Muntaha, he was disguised. But at the Sidratul Muntaha, he presented himself to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam in his full angelic form. And that was the second time, when Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam saw Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam as a full angel, in original form of an angel. وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ نَزْلَةً أُخْرَى. And he had seen him once more also, in the Sidratil Muntaha, by the low tree of the utmost boundary. That is the actually boundary. Lahut, Nasut, beyond that Jibreel couldn't go. So that was the boundary. This world of Amr and the world of creation. Is yaksha sidrata ma yaksh, indaha jannatul bawa. Near that low tree, there is the garden of abode. That is also very near. Indaha jannatul mawa. Is yaksha sidrata ma yaksha. When the low tree was shrouded, by what was surrounding it? You can't understand, and we can't explain in your language what was surrounding it. What was coming down on that tree. The anwar, the lights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our language cannot express them. So, ma yaksha, is yaksha sidrata ma yaksha. When that tree was covered by what was it covered by? Ma zaghal basaru wa ma tagha. This ayah is very important. The eye swerved not, nor transgressed. What does it mean? If you try to look a very strong light directly, your eye will not be able to stand it. You will turn. It didn't happen with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. His eyes kept seeing. He had that capacity. But also there are limits. If you are in the presence of someone who is very big, very high, you don't lift your eyes more than a certain limit. So this was also there. The eyes of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam did not cross the limits of abdiyah, ma tagha, neither transgressed the limits of abdiyah. He was abd of Allah. Allah was the Lord of him. So, though both things, neither the sight swerved nor it transgressed. And there is a very beautiful couplet of Iqbal. And I could understand this ayah only after reading that couplet. ऐने विसाल में मुझे हौसला-ए नजर न था. Haussla-e nazar, the courage to see. Here the opposite of this Iqbal has put there. ऐने विसाल में मुझे हौसला-ए नजर न था. When I was very close to my beloved, I didn't have the courage to see her or him, whatever it is. Garche bahana ju rahi meri nigahe beadab. Although my, sight was not muaddab, and it tried to, transgress. So I was trying to transgress, but I couldn't see. ऐने विसाल में मुझे हौसले नजर न था, गर्चे बहाना जू रही मेरी निगाह बेअदब. But here ma zagal basar wa ma tagha. Neither the sight swerved nor transgressed the limit. Laqad ra'a min ayati rabbihil kubra. Verily he saw the biggest signs of his Lord. There was a controversy whether the Prophet saw him, Allah, or not. Quran doesn't confirm it. Quran doesn't say Muhammad saw Allah. Here also, greatest signs of his Lord. The greatest signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were there at that juncture, of this world and the other world. Now this was actually a description of the heavenly part of Miraj, the ascension. It had two components. One, this worldly, from Masjidul Haram at Makkah to Masjidul Aqsa at Jerusalem. Then from there, ascension to the heavens. So this is mentioned here. And the first is mentioned in the beginning, first ayah of Surah Bani Israel. Now the deities that they had concocted. Have you ever considered the Lat and Uzza? Wa Manat as-Salisat al-Ukhra, and the Manat, the other third. Alakumuz zakaru wa lahul unsa, are for you males and for him, Allah, females. Tilka idan qismatun ziza. Now this is a very unjust division. In hiya illa asma'un sammaytumuha antum wa aba'ukum. These are only names. You have concocted them, you and your fathers. Ma anzalallahu biha min sultan. Allah has not at all sent down any authority or any proof for them. In yattabi'una illa zann. They are only conjecturing. They are following only their guesses and conjectures. وَمَا تَعْوَى الْأَنفُسُ, and also what their animal souls desire. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَهُمْ مِنْ رَبِّهِمُ الْهُدَى, but now to them the real guidance has come from their Lord. أَمْ لِلْإِنسَانِ مَا تَمَنَّى, shall man have whatever he wishes? فَلِلَّهِ الْآخِرَةُ وَالْأُولَى, but in Allah's hands are the hereafter as well as the first, that is this life. This life is also in the head of Allah. He gives to whomsoever he likes more, and he gives to whomsoever likes less. وَكَمْ مِنْ مَلَكٍ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ لَا تُغْنِي شَفَاعَتُهُمْ شَيْئًا, and how many angels are there in the heavens? Their intercession will not be of any avail whatsoever. إِلَّا مِنْ بَعْدِ أَنْ يَأْذَنَ اللَّهُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيَرْضَى, except that Allah gives leave to whomsoever He wishes and first whomsoever He is pleased with. Two conditions. Leave to the intercessor. Yes, you can say something. And about the person, about whom you are going to say, there is express permission needed. illALLAH لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ, verily those who don't believe in the hereafter, لَا يُسَمُّونَ الْمَلَائِكَةَ تَسْمِيَةَ الْأُنْثَى, they are naming the angels with female names. وَمَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ عِلْمٍ, they have no knowledge of it. إِنْ يَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ, they are following only their conjectures and nothing else. وَإِنَّ الظَّنَّ لَا يَغْنِي مِنَ الْحَقِّ شَيْئًا, and you, this guessing and conjectures cannot avail you against truth. فَأَعْرِضْ عَمَّنْ تَوَلَّى, so O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you turn your attention from those who are أَعْرِضْ عَمَّنْ تَوَلَّى, who are turning their backs towards you. عَنْ ذِكْرِنَا, from our admonition. وَلَمْ يُرِدْ إِلَّا الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا, and he does not desire anything except this world. ذَلِكَ مَبْلَغُهُمْ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ, this is their attainment, final knowledge, final attainment. They can know only this world, not the hereafter. ذَلِكَ مَبْلَغُهُمْ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ إِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ عَالَمُ بِمَنْ ضَلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ, verily your Lord knows better who has gone astray from his path, وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ اهْتَدَى, and he knows better who is rightly guided. وَلِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ, and verily to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever in the earth. لَيَجْزِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسَاءُوا بِمَا عَمِلُوا, so that he recompenses those who did wrong things, bad things, for what they did. وَيَجْزِيَ الَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا بِالْحُسْنَى, and he should reward those who did good deeds with the fairest reward. الَّذِينَ يَجْتَنِبُونَ كَبَائِرَ الْإِثْمِ وَالْفَوَاحِشِ, who are those who avoid the great sins and indecencies. Now this subject, I got it noted in Surah Shura. الَّذِينَ يَجْتَنِبُونَ كَبَائِرَ الْإِثْمِ وَالْفَوَاحِشِ وَإِذَا مَا غَضِبُوا هُمْ يَغْفِرُونَ. So this is a very important subject, and this is the third time it is appearing in Quran. First of all, it came in Surah An-Nisa, then in Surah Shura, and then third time here. Greater sins, you take care of greater sins. The smaller sins, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will pardon and excuse. But whosoever is very sensitive about very small things, generally we see that he is committing greater sins. He is involved in riba, interest, usury, but he is very sensitive about, he has raised his hands or not, where he has folded his hands, here or there. About these things, they are very, very particular, very sensitive. الَّذِينَ يَجْتَنِبُونَ كَبَائِرَ الْإِثْمِ وَالْفَوَاحِشَ إِلَّا اللَّمَمَ, who avoid great sins and indecencies, except small offenses. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ وَاسِعُ الْمَغْفِرَةِ, definitely your Lord has very vast forgiveness. هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِكُمْ, he very well knew you. إِذْ أَنْشَأَكُم مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ, when he was raising you from the earth. وَإِذْ أَنْتُمْ أَجِنَّةٌ فِي بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ, also when you were embryos in the wombs of your mothers. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ, so do not hold yourself purified. Allah knows you. You were there. You were a drop of sperm, and then this fetus in the womb of the mother. هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ اتَّقَى, he very well knows who is really God-fearing. أَفَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي تَوَلَّى, so Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, have you considered who turned away? Mostly people think that this is the citation of an example of Walid bin Mughira. He was one of the big chiefs of Quraysh, a very wealthy person. He had many sons. Khalid ibn Walid raziyallahu anhu, Saifun min Suyufillah, he was son of Walid bin Mughira. Khalid bin Walid bin Mughira. He came to Islam very near, very near. He was just about to accept Islam. But then, he thought of his position, that he will be boycotted in his society. His position won't remain the same. So this got him stuck and didn't accept openly. But he had reached very close. أَفَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي تَوَلَّى, have you considered the person who has turned back? وَعَطَى قَلِيلًا وَأَكْدَى, and he leaned towards believing for a while, but then stopped. عَطَى قَلِيلًا وَأَكْدَى عِنْدَهُ عِلْمُ الْغَيْبِ فَهُوَ يَرَى, does he have the knowledge of the unseen so that he sees it? أَمْ لَمْ يُنَبَّأْ بِمَا فِي صُحُفِ الْأُولَى, Suhuf Musa, was he not informed of what was in the scriptures of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, وَإِبْرَاهِيمَ الَّذِي وَفَّى, and the scriptures of Ibrahim, he who faithfully fulfilled Allah's commandments, and he passed all the tests that Allah asked him to pass through. Allah taziru waziratun wizra ukhra, that no burdened soul bears the burden of another. وَأَنْ لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى, and that there shall be for no man anything except that for which he makes effort. وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى, and that his effort shall soon be before him, it will be seen. ثُمَّ يُجْزَاهُ الْجَزَاءَ الْأَوْفَى, ثُمَّ يُجْزَاهُ الْجَزَاءَ الْأَوْفَى, and then he shall be recompensed and rewarded with a fullest recompense. وَأَنَّ إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ الْمُنْتَهَىٰ, and that the final end is unto your Lord. Your return is towards your Lord. وَأَنَّهُ هُوَ أَضْحَكَ وَأَبْكَى. And that it is He who makes someone laugh and someone weep. وَأَنَّهُ هُوَ أَمَاتَ وَأَحْيَا. And that He is one who put to death and who keeps alive. وَأَنَّهُ خَلَقَ الزَّوْجَيْنِ الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنثَى. It is He who has created pairs, spouses, the male and the female. مِن نُطْفَةٍ, from the same sperm drop, إِذَا تُمْنَى, when it is emitted out. وَأَنَّ عَلَيْهِ النَّشَةَ الْأُخْرَى. And that on Him it is the responsibility of another creation is due upon Him. Because the reward of the people, that is due on Him to be paid to the people. So, عَلَيْهِ النَّشَةَ الْأُخْرَى. It is binding on Him, so to say. Although we can't say anything is binding on Allah. But كَتَبَ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ الرَّحْمَةِ لَيَجْمَعَنَّكُمْ إِلَىٰ يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bound Himself by His mercy that He will definitely gather you on the Day of Judgment. Why? Those who suffered for my sake, if they are not rewarded, it means it's the biggest injustice. If there is no resurrection, if there is no life hereafter, those people who suffered for the sake of truth, who sacrificed, well, they go unrewarded. This is against justice. So it is must for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to create again. وَأَنَّهُ هُوَ أَغْنَى وَأَقْنَى. And that it is He who enriches and bestows contentment. وَأَنَّهُ هُوَ رَبُّ الشِّعْرَى. And that He is the Lord of the star Sirius. Sirius was a star which the Arabs used to worship. وَأَنَّهُ أَهْلَكَ عَادًا الْأُولَى. And that He destroyed the former Ad, was Samuda, and also the Samud, the nation of Samud, فَمَا أَبْقَى. And He spared none. وَقَوْمَ نُوحٍ مِّن قَبْلِ. And before them, the people of Nuh, إِنَّهُمْ كَانُوا هُمْ أَظْلَمَ وَأَطْغَى. Verily they were exceedingly evil and excessively inordinate. وَالْمُؤْتَفِقَةَ أَهْوَى. And those subverted townships, He overthrew them, the Sodom and Gomorrah. فَغَشَّاهَا مَا غَشَّا. After they were overturned, then they were covered with that with which they were covered. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكَ تَتَمَارَى. So, which of the graces of your Lord you will dispute and belie? هَذَا نَذِيرٌ مِّنَ النُّذُرِ الْأُولَى. This, that is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, is also a warner from amongst the former warners which had been coming. Musa, Isa, Hud, Saleh, they were the warners. Azifatil Azifah. The near hour has come very near. Laysa laha min dunillahi kashifa. None beside Allah can avert it. Afa min hadhal hadith ta'jabun. So do you wonder at this discourse or recital, this revelation of Quran? But tazhakuna wa la tabkun. And you laugh and not weep. You should weep for what is in store for you. What chastisement you will be getting. And you are laughing. Wa tazhakuna wa la tabkun. And you are laughing and not weeping. Wa antum samidun. And you are just amusing yourselves, playing, mocking. فَاسْجُدُوا لِلَّهِ وَاعْبُدُوا. So prostrate before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and worship Him and love Him and obey Him. This is ayah of sajda, so make a sajda. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quran al-Azim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim.